Welcome back to Kiesel News, everybody. To start today off, we have news that sex and nudity in movies has decreased rapidly. This actually doesn't surprise me, as a lot of movies that I used to watch on Netflix, like all those bad, low budget movies, not even super low budget, but just mid budget even, they always had a whole bunch of sex scenes thrown in them. But now, I don't see that in those movies as much. This is a great thing, in my opinion, as sex in movies is almost always entirely unnecessary, I would say. Unless you're doing a show like You that's literally based on Joe Goldberg and his sexual escapades. Most of the time, the sex scene's there to just pad for time. The only other time I could think of it working is if it's in a comedy, as you have the absurdity of the sex that makes the scene funny, right? Next up, Young Sheldon's sequel series is officially titled Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. Now, I didn't know that this was a for sure thing. I thought this was just a rumor, but apparently it's happening. Having never watched the show, I was startled by the image, as I didn't expect there to be such an age gap between Sheldon's brother and his fiance. I mean, I've seen a few episodes, but I guess I just suppressed that in my memory. I wish we got a Big Bang Theory spinoff that was set in the modern timeline, whether it was with new characters or not, instead of another Young Sheldon spinoff, but I mean, hey, it's continuing in some way. Walter Hosner has been cast in the Fantastic Four. Now, the interesting thing about this casting is that I literally cannot judge it whatsoever, as he does not have that big of a filmography. His first major role was in 2010 in a movie called Virginia, and his most notable role was like Cruella 2021. And then he's also gonna be in Inside Out too, and he's been in some other stuff, but nothing else major. He'll probably be given a smaller role if the role is unknown by scoopers, but I'm still glad to see Marvel give another actor that isn't as big a chance. Although that's not to dismiss the guy. I mean, he has won an Emmy for Blackbird as well. Next, I wanted to talk about a movie coming out called Flesh of the Gods with Oscar Isaac and Kristen Stewart, and my poor reading comprehension. I originally thought that this movie was about them going into the 80s, so essentially time traveling. So it was going to be a time travel vampire movie, something that I've never seen before. But apparently there's a reason why I've never seen that, as that's not the case. There's no time travel involved. As I've covered in a story before, Sony and Apollo have been thinking about buying Paramount, and they now have just submitted a $26 million offer. So, the one question that I have here that I'm hoping someone in the comments can answer, because I couldn't find any information, is how much money of this it belongs to Apollo? How much money is Apollo putting in? Because I would assume that Sony is putting in 95% of the money. Now, and they're obviously going to get majority sharehold of it, but I just want to see if it's going to be a fair amount. Now to end the day off on one company doing something stupid and one company doing something not bad. First, we have Domino's now paying you for tipping your delivery driver. So, what's the point in tipping them then? Just use the money that you're going to use to pay me and pay the original driver. It just saves an extra transaction. I love Domino's Pizza. I think it blows practically every other chain that's not your local one from the hood out of the water. But this is kind of stupid. I mean, I know they're not paying you directly, but the amount that you're gonna save from the coupon, unless it's like a $1 coupon, is just gonna make Domino's make less money in the long run. Now, surprisingly, the company doing something good for once is actually Twitter, and because they are allowing you to see the replies of people who have blocked you. This will revolutionize Twitter arguments for terminally online people. No, but seriously, this is a good change, as now someone can't just block you and prevent you from responding to their idiotic point. Now they're actually gonna have to face the music, including you, Elon. So if anyone hates on any future shit policies you implement, you can't block them. Well, I guess you could just get rid of this feature if you really wanted.